What's going on YouTube? In this video, I wanted to talk all about how to get recruiting clients on LinkedIn. What's going on YouTube family? My name is Ben Nader. If you don't know me already, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a recruiting agency. I also teach a recruiting mentorship program for brand new recruiters. And I also vlog every single day about business, entrepreneurship, of course, recruiting, and everything in between. If you like that kind of stuff, definitely smash that red subscribe button down below. So I figured we would just get straight into the video, which is how to get recruiting clients on LinkedIn. This is something that so many people ask me about, tips and tricks and little workarounds and sneaky ways to find clients. There are many of them, and I'm going to talk about them all right now. All right, guys, so the number one item of importance on LinkedIn when you're looking for recruiting clients is how do you look on LinkedIn? Is your LinkedIn optimized? Is it set up to be looking professional? Will people take you for who you actually are? Do you look like who you actually are? Do you look like a real recruiter? Do you look like someone that someone else would want to do business with? Now, you really need to be totally honest with yourself about these questions because this is exactly what the client or prospect is going to be asking themselves when they view your profile, when you connect with them. Bottom line, my advice to you is to completely optimize your LinkedIn before you begin doing any sort of outreach or connections or emails or anything whatsoever. There's lots of people that know exactly how to optimize a LinkedIn perfectly. You can hire them. You can hire someone on Fiverr perhaps. There's so many different ways to get it optimized, perfected, a good headshot, all of the things in your bio section that you want, your experience and all of it. Perfect that, then start your game on LinkedIn. Once your LinkedIn is perfected, the next question you need to ask yourself is, what's the goal? I always ask myself this question whenever I enter a new endeavor or start a new venture. What's the ultimate goal? And then I have to reverse engineer back to how to get there. On LinkedIn, I'm trying to get recruiting clients to work with me. So that is my goal. So number one question is, what is my niche? How am I going to find clients in that niche? Now, if you're brand new to recruiting, this is something that might be a little bit complicated because there are so many different niches out there, and it's not an overnight thing just to pick a niche and run with it. You have to give a little bit of thought to this if you're brand new. If you are a seasoned recruiter, or if you're someone who's coming from corporate or agency, starting their own solo recruiting agency, then you already have an idea of what niche or niches you want to go after. Therefore, you already know where you want to start as far as your targeting. Which leads me directly into my next point. Who is your target? Who is your exact prospect on LinkedIn? If you don't know what you're looking for, you will never find it. So figure out what your target is, who they are, what their title is, what company they work at. Basically every single thing you could identify about this particular avatar. Once you have that all down, you are full on ready to go in hunt mode. I know I didn't mention this at the beginning, but a sideline pro tip is that you should have LinkedIn Sales Navigator for ultimate absolute getting clients on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Sales Navigator basically unlocks everything for you, gives you pretty much every opportunity, every vision of every single avatar that you could potentially see as a prospect, and it's just the best. Just do it. No, really though, when you're searching for clients, basically utilizing the filters on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, like company headcount, industry, niche, seniority level, all those types of things will help you tremendously and save you loads of time in finding your ideal prospect. So your next step in finding recruiting clients on LinkedIn is to make a list out of it. Now, you're going to do this ideally by using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, utilizing all of the filters that I just mentioned, whittling your list down to the best possible prospect avatars that you can potentially find anywhere. And LinkedIn is really, really good at this. So make sure you take advantage of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let's just pretend that your ideal target market is IT. So you want to connect with as many IT managers as possible, or heads of IT, or CTOs, or whatever it might come down to, right? You'll figure all that out in Sales Navigator using the filters. But once you've developed that list and whittled it down, hopefully you'll have, a good 200, maybe 300 prospects, maybe a little bit less depending on how targeted you're looking. But once you've made that list, you are ready to start sending connections. Another little side note, pro tip type thing, I really think InMails are kind of cool, but I really also think they're kind of semi-lame, because at the same time, sending out a connection with a connection request note gives you pretty much the exact same thing, and you get limited on InMails, but not limited on your connection requests. So to put that into simple terms, just don't worry about InMails and simply connect with your ideal prospect and leave a note. Personalized, short, and sweet is the name of the game when sending connection request notes. You want to keep these really simple, really straightforward, and keep a call to action at the end. That's it. So a really simple example of this would just be sending out a note to someone saying, "Hey Bob, came across your profile. I would definitely love to have you in my network. You look like someone I would definitely like to connect with and have further conversation. Are you available sometime next week to chat?" Now, of course, I don't know if that's your style. This has to come from you and your voice. That would be my voice. It might be something like that. I might tweak it a little bit. But what did I do? I kept it short, sweet, and personalized, and I definitely left a call to action. Do not simply request connections and not leave notes. That is the absolute worst concept ever, and it just will not bear fruit. I know a lot of people that are really weird about LinkedIn and really, really weird about sending connection requests, especially with notes, because they think it's really intrusive and weird. Guess what? It's not. And here's why. I'm going to give you a couple of ways that you can easily craft up a really, really simple connection request with an awesome note that will totally get you a response most of the time. Find commonality with the person. Simply just figure out some connection that you have with them. Maybe it's just the fact that you both are in the IT space or that you both live in Chicago. I don't care. Whatever it is, just find commonality and somewhere add it into the notes somehow. You're creative, right? Reference something from their profile. Maybe they just wrote an article that was really cool, or maybe they commented on something, or maybe they have a specific role and you're really into that role and you know a lot about it. Maybe just comment about something related to that. It's just that simple. If all else fails, just compliment them. Give them a compliment on their tenure at XYZ company that they work at, right? Maybe they put in 10 years at a company and you want to give them a compliment for that and say, "Wow, looks like you've been at XYZ company for 10 years. That's an incredible tenure. I would love to chat with you. Do you have any time next week?" So listen, landing clients off of LinkedIn is not all about connection requests and notes. That's not what I want to give you the idea of here. Once you connect with someone and they respond back to you, of course, respond in kind, thank them for the response, and then immediately move that relationship offline, preferably directly to the phone. All you really have to do here is say, "Hey, thanks Bob. Thank you so much for connecting with me on LinkedIn. I'm glad that you're part of my network now. I'd love to grab 10 minutes on the phone with you. Would next Friday at 1 p.m. work? Here's my email." Now this is really standard protocol. Every business owner or every mover shaker knows that everything happens from an email invite to a phone call or a Zoom call or anything like that. So this is perfect. This is exactly how it should move. But it definitely should move from LinkedIn to an offline area like Zoom or a phone call. There's a serious reason for this. You don't want to get caught up in endless LinkedIn back and forth. It's complete BS. It's not necessary. It will go nowhere. It's the same thing with email as well. And I know I did a video about this in the past, but you have to get things onto the phone. You all know that I'm definitely not a fan of the phone to start a conversation, but you do know that I'm a big fan of the phone to finish. Why am I still holding my phone up? Now, what I just did is I went over a best case scenario. Let's go over a worst case scenario, right? So Bob doesn't respond to you at all. Bob might hate you. Bob might hate the fact that you even tried to connect with him. He's way too high up for you. So Bob doesn't respond. Here's the deal. We don't know if Bob actually missed your connection request, just doesn't check LinkedIn weekly or daily or secondly like you do, but follow up with him, okay? It's not a big deal. You can absolutely absolutely find his email, find another method of communication, and try to follow up with that individual. At the end of the day, you definitely want to take this person's information that you found on LinkedIn and follow up with them somewhere else in order to get in contact with them, because you already know they're a good prospect for you. Now, being incredibly consistent with this mode of activity is crucial to your success at getting recruiting clients from LinkedIn. You just must develop a continuous regimen of following up and connecting with new people over and over and over again. Whether that means building out new lists, using new filters, trying new things, typing in new keywords, finding new people, just connecting more and more and more, and be consistent about it. Be almost religious about this. All right, so you ready for the cheat codes on LinkedIn? I'll give you the cheat codes. All right, so I know some of you might know all of these already, but I'm gonna give them to you anyways. The cheat codes on LinkedIn are your Google Chrome extensions that help you 1,000,000 times over on finding contact data. All right, so cheat code number 1 is a way to find emails, of course, and it is called Lead Leaper. It is $30 per month. It basically allows you to find about 3,000 emails every single month with about a 70% accuracy rate. What's really cool about Lead Leaper is that it has actually a built-in CRM, so it allows you to keep all the data of emails that you've sent and the emails that you've collected in your own little CRM within Lead Leaper. Lead Leaper also has a function of bulk sending, so you can actually set it up to basically check a ton of boxes and shoot off a ton of emails in one shot. So to give you a really good example, basically all you would do is whittle down a really good list, a page, a full page that has a couple pages connected to it of who you actually want to contact. Again, let's say it's a bunch of IT managers, etc. And then you would hop into Lead Leaper. It would immediately populate all of these people and you could check all their boxes and email every single one of them in one shot. So my second cheat code for LinkedIn generating recruiting clients is called Octopus. Octopus is also a Google Chrome extension. What it does is it actually does connecting and note leaving on your behalf. Works like a robot. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is essentially put in what note you would like to leave for these people. It actually allows you to personalize their first name, and it does it while you sleep. So you can literally set it and forget it, as they say, and it will connect with about 100 people per day for you, as well as leave them messages. How cool is that? Octopus also has a CRM function, so it will show you all the people that you've reached out to, all the people that you've left notes to, and keep all of that data stored within your Octopus account. All right, so my number 3 cheat code for getting recruiting clients on LinkedIn is Duck Soup. DUX-soup. So check it out. If you're after unique things like just emails or just phone numbers or something unique like that, Duck Soup is what you want. It's $15 a month. It's a Google Chrome extension, and essentially the way it works is very similar to Octopus. It basically clings onto LinkedIn, and essentially you find a page full of all the contacts that you want to reach out to, and you basically click Start Robot and let it do its thing. Of course, there's a bunch of settings that you need to set up before you actually run Duck Soup, but once you do, it basically does the exact same thing as Octopus, like I said, but you do have to keep it in check. You don't want to go over the limits of LinkedIn because they know everything. They know every tool you're running. They can see everything. And when you do cross certain thresholds, they can ban you and completely shut you down. So operate all of these tools at your peril. Just so you know, none of these tools pay me to mention them whatsoever. I only mention the things that I use that actually work for me. So Duck Soup, Lead Leaper, and Octopus, if you're listening, pay me. So the last item I wanted to mention about getting recruiting clients on LinkedIn is content creation. So it's really, really important to understand how the LinkedIn algorithm works. Essentially, the more that you're active, the more people view your profile, the more people comment and engage with your profile, the more your profile shows up to other people, and specifically to relevant people for who you are and how your profile is optimized. To give you a simple example, if you want to be seen in front of a bunch of IT managers, it might be a really good idea to share a bunch of articles that you've actually authored about how IT is changing and pivoting in 2020 or how IT is reacting to COVID-19. Other things you can do is create video and upload it to LinkedIn, or you could create YouTube videos and then upload those to LinkedIn. Write your own articles, like I said, share articles, do whatever, but just keep active. As long as you're active and engaging on LinkedIn, your profile is going to be that much more engaging and you'll be seen by that more many people. And it just gives you that upper extra edge that you need to get more traction and get more interaction between people that you want to talk to on LinkedIn. If you don't believe in the power of LinkedIn and you don't believe in the power of engagement and what people truly are attracted to, I want to tell you a story. I know a career coach very well, and his headline on his LinkedIn alone amounts for so much of his business, it's not even funny. His headline is, "I help my clients get six-figure jobs in under 90 days. That has his inbox full for days. So obviously, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and of course hit that alert button so that you know every time I come out with a new video, it could just change your life. And if it changes your life, that's gonna be awesome. So obviously you want all those buttons hit, right? I thank you for your time, guys. Until next time.